great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of invasion. Welcome back to the Immigration Answer Show. My name is Jim Hacking. Today is Saturday, July 19th, 2025, and this is episode 873. Sorry, I should have fixed that. 873 of the Immigration Answer Show. I will be here for the next hour trying to answer your immigration-related questions out of our offices in St. Louis, Missouri. We also have offices in San Diego, Washington, D.C., and now Chicago, Illinois. How's everybody doing? What's going on? Like I said, I'll be trying to answer your questions. I don't know if I'll go the full hour and a half. We'll probably just go about an hour. Noor's waiting for me to bring her some lunch because she is Princess Noor. I'm live on TikTok. If somebody really wants to know if we have sufficient evidence, should the I-751 be an easy process? Maybe, but you're going to get an interview. All right. So let's go ahead. I've got situation. David and NJ in the house. So I'm going to start with the situation. Hello.
Hello. Hi, Jim.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I have a quick question. So when adjusting, right? If you have an A1 visa, do you need to file Form 5 I-566?
That's the waiver of the diplomatic immunity form?
No, that's the other one. I don't know what that is. It says you still need to file it.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, it says something about transitioning from A or G visa to adjustment or something.
Yes, you have to file that separate form for diplomats and family of diplomats because you have certain protections that you have to be willing to waive if you want to become a lawful permanent resident. That's what that form's all about.
So what about the 508?
Dude, I don't know. The 508? I don't know. Let me see. The I-508.
Yes.
Request for waiver of certain rights. That's what I'm talking about. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the 566.
Okay. That's for a change of status, not for adjustment.
So we don't need to file that.
I'm not telling you whether to file it or not. I'm not your lawyer. So if I'm your lawyer, I would go over all the forms and make sure that you file everything. I'm not going to sit here and tell you file these forms or not.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
David is here. Hello.
Hey man, how's it going?
Good. How are you doing?
I'm not bad. Just a quick question. So when it comes on to filing the I-485, it has to be sent in via mail, right? And not submitted online, correct?
Yes.
Okay, all right. What documents do you submit along with that one? Because I know you have the I-867 as well as the I-130.
So the I-864 is the form that I think you're talking about. That's the affidavit of support. So is the I-130 already on file?
No, it's not on file as yet, actually.
So
do I file? Sorry, my bad. Go ahead.
Sure. Someone who wants to apply for adjustment files an I-130. Their spouse files that, says, I'm a U.S. citizen. I want to sponsor my spouse for a green card. The spouse files an I-45. If the spouse wants travel document, they file an I-131, but we're not really telling people to do that right now because green cards are going pretty fast. The I-765 they should file for, that's the work authorization.
Yes.
And they need to do their medical exam, the I-693, and then they need their affidavit of support, which is that the U.S. citizen who's sponsoring them makes enough money in each of the last 3 years to sponsor them. So those are the forms that you would normally submit in a regular marriage-based green card case.
All right, cool. And another question. So I'm already in the States already. I'm a F1 visa holder currently. And so it's a case where I'm trying to, like, because I've seen some, some advice online where it says that, like I can always apply for what you call it for work, first. You know what I mean? So like I was just wondering, should I be applying with should I be sending what document should I be sending at first if I would like to get a work permit at first?
You mean separate from the green card case?
Well, no, with the green card case, then I was told that you could start off by sending that so you could be able to start getting the what you call it, the permit at first.
That's the
So
765 I mentioned. Yeah,
yeah,
that's the request for work authorization.
yeah. So can I submit that as well as the I-485 as well as I-130 first?
I told you all 6 forms that you file all at once.
Or you
So
have to file all 6 forms at once?
yes, my brother.
Okay.
It's an adjustment of status application. So all those fees, all those things all go in one application. If you file for work card first, then it's going to get rejected. The I-130 has to be on file in order for the 485 to get receipted, and the 485 has to be on file in order for the work authorization to get processed.
Okay, all right, cool. And so when it comes on to what you call it, when it comes on to, man, when it comes on to the ones that are submitted online, but you have ones that you submit via mail, what do you do? Do you submit all of them via mail? Or is the case that you just submit the ones that you have online and the ones in mail?
The only one that you can do online is the I-130, but I think that actually slows things down. We file the I-130 with the 485.
Okay. Oh, okay, all right, cool. So the I-130 with the 485. And
All of
you
it, all of
said
it in one application, all of it in one packet.
all of that. Oh, okay, all right, cool. All right then. And do you mind telling me if you know the fees as to how much all of that would collate to?
Well, I don't keep track of the fees off the top of my head.
Okay, right.
I think the I-130 is 700, the green card is 1440, and the 765 is 260 if you file it at the same time you file the 485.
Okay, all right, cool. All right. And you said I can, so basically what I'm trying to get is that you can file the I-130, I-1765, the I-485, and the I-1485 at the same time. And that would be cool to start the process.
But you also need I mean, the fact that you're asking me these questions
Hmm.
makes me very worried that you're about to do this on your own, right? The fact that you're not able to converse about the right forms, it seems to me like you're sort of stumbling around in the dark and you're probably going to make a mistake. But
Okay.
putting that to the side, I've mentioned now 3 times that besides those forms that you want to file, you
Yeah.
also have to do your medical exam, which is your 693, and you also have to do the
Okay.
I-4.
Okay. All right. Cool. All right, then. And let me just one last question. How do I go about, like, if I wanted to use your services or your law services, where do I go about starting with doing that? Seeing that,
Sure.
yeah.
I'll put on the bottom of the screen all of our contact information, but you can call us 314-961-8200 or email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
All right, cool. All right, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you.
Bye, David. See you, buddy.
All right.
All right. Big ups to all the yardies. A said, dang, he asked about 10 questions. He needed a lawyer. I think that's right. Yeah, I mean, sometimes people call with like the last little bit of question right before they file, and then there's people who just sort of are just getting up to speed, and that's when I sort of get worried. They're all good questions, but it's a pretty nuanced thing. Zach is here. Hello.
Hello, Dream. Thank you for taking the call. And thank you for what you do for the community. You're looking sharp on a Saturday.
Thanks. I was making videos.
All right. So I have a green card and I've had it for some time now, but I just filed for my kids. It's employment-based green card. But I got a notice to say that they should come for an interview. They're minors and it's employment based. So that kind of, what's going on? Why do they have to come?
We've been seeing that too. This is about the 3rd or 4th time that we've seen that? Did they say you have to come for an interview or just the kids?
Just the kids. They just asked them to bring the proof of income for the sponsor, which is me. But
Yep.
I have to take them, right? Because I mean they're minors, so
Sure.
I have to take them. Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be in the room. It's just I don't know. I haven't heard back from anybody who got dragged into one of those. So if you want to call us back and let us know how it goes, I don't think it's a big deal. It's probably just the computer system doing that without much thinking.
You're right. I will definitely call back to give you the feedback. I just wanted to know if they could ask me about my employment-based petition, which I was already passed, or bring up anything that is not really the matter, not really the focus of why they asked the kids to come. Because it's about the kids, right? Not me.
The answer to that question is yes. Anything is fair game.
Okay. So
So be ready. Treat it as if it's your interview and you're dragging your kids along. That's how I would do it.
is anything coming to your mind from experience?
No, this is all uncharted territory. It's all weird stuff, but just, you got to be ready to demonstrate the merits of the I-140 and then the relationship between you and the kids. That's it.
Even though it falls under the waiver, they should have waived this from what I see in their policy.
There's no such thing as waiver policies anymore. Even if it's on the books, they're doing whatever they want.
No, okay. Thank you, sir. I appreciate you. God bless you.
Hey, buddy. Bonato is here. Hello, Bonato.
Hi, Jim. Good morning.
Good morning to you. How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. Thank you so much for all you do.
Sure.
Yes, I have a question. So I came in 2017 with my children, 3 children, and I filed for asylum, being my kids were derivative in the asylum, but their dad was already here, and when we came, he was already married. So I'm worried because my children received an NTA without me, so they had to appear to court with their dad. So should I be worried, or what should I do?
So the father of your children was inside the United States, and then you came to the United States after that. Is that right?
Yes.
And the father of your children married a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
And the father of your children, did they get a green card?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure.
Okay. And then when did you apply for asylum, Bonato?
I applied in 2017. I mean, I came in 2017, but I applied in 2018, before the end of 1 year.
And when you filed, did you use a lawyer or did you file on your own?
Yes, I used a lawyer.
And you listed all of your children as derivatives?
Yes, I did.
And now your children have received a notice to appear in immigration court.
Yes, and I didn't appear. I didn't receive it myself.
Have you had your asylum interview?
No, it's still in the USIS.
And do you know if your husband listed your kids on whatever immigration benefit applications he applied for?
Yes, he did. He did, because they have my firstborn is around 19 years, and she has work permit and everything from his dad.
Right.
Yes.
So he probably got denied. He probably got an NTA, and so they did too, not realizing that these kids also had a mother with a pending asylum case.
Okay.
So that would explain why they got it and you didn't.
Okay. So when they go to court, can they be, I'm worried they can be deported without their mom, or something wrong can happen. I'm very worried.
Yeah, it's a delicate situation. Have things gotten better for your asylum case, or have things gotten worse? Like, are things better in your home country now than they were when you filed, or is it worse or the same?
The things are very worse, because the base of my asylum was very serious, because we faced a lot of prosecution with my children. Some instances we almost died with them. So that's what I based in my asylum, but we have not been called for the interview.
What do you know which asylum office has your case?
It's in Seattle.
And when is your children's court date?
It's in October.
have your kids heard from their dad as to whether or not he's also in removal? Do you know?
No, he's not. He's not, because I think they got what I heard last. They got their I-130 approved, but I'm not sure about the rest. What happened to the rest of the case? So I'm not really sure.
Okay, well, if you want us to look into it, you could email us over the weekend and we can look at it on Monday if you want.
Okay, I'll do that, Mr. Jim. I'll do that.
Thanks, Bernardo. Have a good day.
Thank you so much, and God bless you, and have a good day. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Is a future Catholic wedding contract good evidence to bring to my marriage-based interview next month? A future wedding contract. I guess that means they're married civilly and they're planning on getting married religiously in the future. So I would say my answer to that is that if you ever have, this would be a good video, if you ever have a second marriage ceremony that's religiously based, that's always good evidence. So yes, I would say bring that evidence to your interview. That's good stuff. All right, Sam is here. Hello, Sam. Sam, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, how's it going, Jim?
Good. How are you doing?
Good, good. Thank you for having me.
Sure.
So I'm from North Africa, Tunis, and came here 2022 as a F1 student. Went to language school, and then went to college. And before I went to college, I went back home, and I came back. Okay, then I went to college for 3 months. Then I got gun robbed.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. So I had a police report, and then I was following the phone with the laptop with the police, and we found my phone in the college. So I stopped going to college, and then I moved to Texas. That was in California.
Okay. Did they catch the guy that stole your phone at gunpoint?
Nope.
Okay. They just found the phone by itself sitting there in the college somewhere.
No. They went there, and they said they didn't find them.
They didn't find it. I thought you said they did find it. Okay.
No, we was just looking at them, on the map.
Okay.
Yeah. So my interview is scheduled for next month, and I'm worried about this.
Your interview for what? The U visa?
No. I got married.
Oh.
In February.
Okay. So let's back up. So you were on a student visa. You were a victim of crime. You stopped going to school, so you fell out of status. You were out of status for a couple of years.
For just, I think, a year and a half, maybe.
Yeah, that's okay. And then you married a U.S. citizen.
Mm-hmm.
What are you worried about?
I'm worried about the case.
The overall case, the marriage,
Yeah.
The marriage case, or that old case?
Yeah, and it was so fast. I just applied in March, I think.
Yep.
And you said there might be a problem for that.
Well, if you applied in March, when did you get married?
In February.
And when did you meet the person that you married in February?
March 2024.
So you knew each other about a year, then you got engaged and you got married a year later, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you're worried because you feel like you don't have lots of marriage evidence, or you're worried because of the old crime case, or what?
Yeah, about the crime case.
Why are you worried about that?
I don't know.
Was it fake? Were you trying to set up a U visa claim, or was it real?
No. It was real.
What are you worried about then?
Just worried, honestly, overall. And
Well,
I had a ticket. Actually, I was about to mention I had a ticket, and that I didn't mention in the application.
Oh, well, you just mentioned that ticket as soon as the interview starts. You hand them proof right when it starts. You do an errata sheet to correct that answer. That's not a big deal.
All right.
I'm not sure how the crime case even comes up.
It wouldn't come up. They wouldn't like.
Well, how would it come up? What question on the 45 or the I-130 do you think would lead to them asking you about that? Like, or do you mean because that's
because like when I said, and I worked like without permission.
Okay.
I put that.
But you've admitted all that?
Yeah.
Okay, so don't be weird. You know, you worked without permission, so that'll be forgiven because you're married to a U.S. citizen, right?
Mm-hmm.
So be totally honest and don't be weird. Don't be nervous. Don't be shy. You know, yeah, I worked. Sorry, I wasn't supposed to, but I did. Yeah, I'm admitting it now. Now I'm married to a U.S. citizen, so you don't really have much to say about that, Mr. Officer, as long as I'm honest about it, right? And as far as the crime stuff, you're just a victim of crime. It freaked you out. You stopped going to school, and then eventually you met this person who you love, and now you want to spend the rest of your life with. Now, are you saying, do I need an attorney to go with you? Yeah, probably. I think anybody who's out of status who has an immigration case should bring an attorney to their interview. I do.
Yeah, I don't have an attorney.
Yeah, you should set that up.
Okay, then.
All right.
All right. Appreciate you.
Thank you, Sam. Hang in there,
Have a
buddy.
good day.
Yep, you too. Let's go to Jay. Hello, Jay.
Hey, Jim. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure. You tried
Yeah.
yesterday, right? We couldn't get the audio going.
Yeah, something with my internet connection, I guess.
No
But
worries.
yeah, thank you so much.
Sure.
I'm on H-1B visa right now, and then my girlfriend is in India, and then she applied for F1 visa, but she couldn't get it because she has a kid. And then I think because of that, and also they mentioned that she has more experience on the IT side, and they thought maybe for some reason she wouldn't be fitting here. So I was thinking, can she come as as a visitor visa, and then get married to me here, and then go back, and then come back as a dependent?
Pretty unlikely.
Okay.
Once she's been denied, she has made it clear that she wants to come and study in the United States. They denied her. So then to go backwards to a visit visa, I think they would say no.
Okay.
That's it?
Yep. That's all I have.
Hi,
Thank you
Jason.
so much. I appreciate it.
Donna's in the house, everybody. Big ups to all the yardies. Hello, Donna. Good to see you. Happy Saturday. Hope you got some nice weather in Jamaica. Please, I need your help. I'm trying to pay my green card key. Keep saying we have a trouble submitting. Green card fee, I assume. I don't. Oh, that's probably the Ellis fee. Yeah, you probably need to try a different browser and see if that works. Craven is here. Hello, Craven.
Hi, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm well. I just have a few quick questions. I have been with DACA for 10 years, and I recently applied for adjustment of status with marriage. Been with my husband for 10 years, been married for coming up on 6, and original passport that I came in with has been lost. I was able to pull the I-94 information from the website and discovered that the dates don't match my original DACA entry dates. Do they compare DACA stuff to the adjustment of status dates?
Yes.
Okay. I used it. My original DACA application was prepared by a lawyer. It's a different lawyer than we used this time. And I used my original DACA application dates for all of the renewals. So I just didn't know that there was a difference because I didn't know I could pull up my I-94 information.
Can I ask you Can I ask a couple questions?
Absolutely.
Is it a big difference or a little difference?
It's like 6 weeks.
Okay. And would those 6 weeks, change in those 6 weeks affected whether or not you got DACA?
No.
Yeah. So either way, you're fine, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. So this is one of those ones where I wouldn't go running in, and I'll let you keep asking your questions. This is one where I wouldn't go running in there saying, hey, just so you know, I got 6 weeks difference in my DACA application and all the dates I used. It wasn't until I pulled up my I-94 that this all came to light, right?
Okay, so be cool unless I ask.
Always be cool.
Okay, always be cool.
Easy.
But speaking of the original passport, my lawyer said it's possible they might ask about other entries during that time, but I have no idea because I was a little kid. Is that good enough to, I mean, not good enough, but is that appropriate to say that I don't know. I was less than 10 years old when I was. It's about 6 years from when I first came in to when I last came in.
And so, like, your family would come and visit, and then eventually they just never went home.
Yes.
Okay. I don't like that answer so much. I think it's sort of throwing my hands up in the air and saying that I am just a kid. I don't know anything, which is an approach. I would instead take a different approach, and I would say, I'm going to do everything humanly possible between now and the date of my interview to figure out, to the best of my ability and knowledge, every entry that I had between the first time I came and the last time I came.
Okay. Is there anywhere I can look that up other than the I-94? Because I looked at the I-94 website and it only pulled up my last one.
I think what I'm talking about is more talking to your parents and doing all that kind of
Okay.
stuff. Maybe do a FOIA for your file from CBP.
Okay.
I don't know if you already have. Do you have your interview date coming up?
No, we literally just got the receipt notice last week.
Yeah, so I do a FOIA right now for CBP and for USCIS to get your whole file. You never know what you might find in there. You might find a copy of your old passport in there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Good to know. Thank you. And then the last thing is I'm from Venezuela, so my Venezuelan passport is expired because there's no place for me to renew it here in the United States. I'd have to leave the country to do that. Is that...
That just is what it is.
Okay. Because I have DACA, I have Real ID with my driver's license, all of that. I just can't renew my passport for that reason.
Right.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Jim. I really appreciate your time.
Good luck, Craven. Let us know how it goes, okay?
I absolutely will. Thank you.
All right, all right. Let's go to Hamzetta. Hello, Hamzetta.
Hey, Jim, how are you?
I'm well. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. How was your day? Was good?
Yeah, good. Thanks.
All right. I have a quick question, Jim. I used to use I am asylum pending since 2019 with USCIS, and I'm waiting for an interview. So, but I used to use the advanced parole travel document to travel to see my mom. She's sick, something like that. But last month, I am in Virginia, so I go to the Fairfax field office to request an emergency advance parole, but the officer or the supervisor, he was very rude, and he was this he's not like respectful, and he gave me all my documents back, and he told me I'm not gonna give you any parole this time. So I left with my document. So my question is, I didn't get any denial letter or notice or anything like that. So does this decision from the officer on my advance parole, he gonna affect me or anything like that?
Well, let's do this. So, where are you from?
I'm from Mauritania.
And when you say you got advanced parole and were leaving the United States, did you go to Mauritania or did you go somewhere?
No. I don't go to Mauritania. I never been to Mauritania. No.
Okay, good. And so, how many times have you paid the fee and applied for advanced parole?
3 times. I pay like every time $575.
And each of these applications were decided not at the Fairfax office, but at some other service center or something, right?
All of them at the same office, Fairfax Center in Washington, D.C.
Oh, so each time you go there, you pay the fee and and it's all decided right there.
Yep.
Okay, and then this was the 4th time and it didn't work, right?
Yep. But the problem, the officer, he was very rude.
Right. So was this the one that he was rude on? Was that the 3rd one or the 4th one that you applied for?
The 4th one.
And you're asking me, Jim, like in the future, if anybody asks me, did you ever get denied for an immigration benefit? Do I have to say yes or no because that guy's an asshole?
I'm sorry?
Is your question, hey, Jim, I'm wondering, do I have to admit a denial the next time they ask if anyone says, have you ever been denied for an immigration benefit?
Yeah, the thing is if I ask next time for an emergency advance parole, can I go to another field office or something like that?
You
Or
can.
he's denied, it's gonna affect me or not?
I think you're asking the wrong question.
Yeah.
I think the question you should be asking is, Jim, with Donald Trump in office, do you think it's good for me, a longtime asylum seeker who's never had his interview, to keep leaving the United States on advance parole? And to that, I say, hell no. I don't think it's a good idea at all. What I would do instead, if you really want to get this wrapped up, is I'd make my asylum case as strong as I can, then I'd sue them so I can get a decision on my asylum case. I would not be, no one should be leaving. I'm telling everyone, even green card holders, not to leave the United States. So the idea that an asylum seeker would leave the United States while Donald Trump is in office is nuts, because I would think there's a high probability that they just deny your asylum case and not let you back in.
So
and they know when you leave, right?
yeah,
So you'd be screwed.
yeah. So how long does sue process take?
About 3 months, 2.5, 3 months. But the first thing is you got to make sure your case is as strong as possible. We just won a Mauritanian asylum case. We got a couple pending, so you got to make sure that it's ready to go, because if you sue Arlington Asylum Office, you're going to get your interview in about 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
So you got to be ready.
All right, Jim. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it.
Yep. Sorry about that. See you, man. Yep, for sure. All right, that was our friend Hamzetta. Let's go to Island Gal 87. Hello.
Hey Jim, how you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, so I just have a quick question. So I have a friend who came in when he was like 8 years old. She has an I-9, and I guess she kind of aged out because her parents never adjusted her, but she has DACA. And with the bill that was passed, my question would be is, would it affect her being able to adjust if she came in legally? Because I think they said something about if you're not able to adjust if you're out of status or your visa is expired, but she's not out of status.
She is out of status. DACA is not
Okay,
status.
even okay.
DACA is, we could deport you, but we're deciding not to.
Okay, so she's been married for about 8 years, and she's preparing for her green card in an I-130, and she wanted to know.
Time out. So she has a valid entry. You said she had an I-9, but I think you meant an I-94. She has proof of a valid entry.
Yes, she has an I-94. I'm sorry. Yes, she came in 92.
At some airport or something.
Yes.
Okay, and she's married to a U.S. citizen.
Yes, and she has 2 children.
And she's been married to said U.S. citizen for 8 years.
Yes.
And she's never done anything about her immigration status.
No, because I think she was afraid because of the visa being out of being expired, and then she was like 8 years old, so she was like little, but her parents didn't tell her until she was like 18, when she was getting ready to go to college. And when she started to apply to college, that's when they started asking her for documents. So that's how she actually found out she was out of status.
But that was a long time ago.
Okay.
And she's been married to a U.S. citizen. So the question is, why has she not applied for a green card?
I mean, I'm not sure. I think it was financially, because she had breast cancer and she was dealing with some health issues. But now she was able to, get the funds to be able to get like the application fee for USCIS to be able to pay. So
and you're talking about the I-130 and the 45, because just filing the I-130 doesn't do her any good. She's got to get the 45 on file.
Okay. So my question would be, is this bill that passed, would it affect her if she's if her visa is expired and still trying to adjust with the port of entry with the I-94?
There's no bill that's passed since Donald Trump took office that would affect her ability to get her green card, and she should have done this the last time Donald Trump was president. So the best time to do it would have been 8 years ago. The second best time is yesterday. So she needs to hurry up.
Okay. So it wouldn't be like no issue with her like just going and getting everything filed, even if her I-94 is expired, but it did show legal interest, correct?
Yeah, but she needs to be very careful with how she answers all the questions
Okay.
because she has violated the terms of her visa. Yes, she's probably worked without permission. Yes, she's probably she didn't leave on. She overstayed a visa. So all those questions have to be yes, but those things are forgiven if her spouse is a U.S. citizen, right?
Yeah.
So the one other thing that I would want to make sure before this person applied for citizenship is whether she ever on a loan application, a student application, or anything else ever said that she was a U.S. citizen, especially given the fact that she didn't know she wasn't a U.S. citizen until she turned 18.
Well, what happened was when she applied in college, I guess the admissions sent in all her documents that was unfiled when she was registered with school, and then that's when they said, "Well, we need a green card or a naturalization certificate to be able to be accepted into the college," because it wasn't her that applied; it was the admissions in the high school that applied for her at the time.
Mhm. Well, we would just want to make sure she doesn't have any false claims to citizenship because that's a deportable offense. But other than that, she should file yesterday. I mean, she could get deported tomorrow for no reason.
Okay.
It's all completely
Okay.
avoidable. All right.
Okay. Alrighty. But
Thanks
thank
for
you
the call.
so much.
You got it. Have a good day.
Alrighty. Bye. Have a good one.
I think sometimes people are used to being out of status. I don't want to offend anybody. I think sometimes like this lethargy sets in, this sort of fog, and because you've been out of status for so long, and it's scary, and you have an expired visa. I mean, all those reasons she gave me for why they haven't filed, except maybe for the breast cancer, those are all not good reasons to not apply. All right. Let's go to Jasmine. Hello.
Hi, thank you for taking my call. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Perfect. So I have one quick question. I got married on August 2020 to a born U.S. citizen.
Great.
He is in the Marine Corps, so I got my military parole. I before I married him, I had DACA. I'm from Mexico, and I got my green card September 14 of 2021.
Okay.
And then it expired September 14 of 2023.
Yep.
And then before it expired, my lawyer and we submitted to remove the conditions. So I submitted letters from friends and family, 2021 and 22 tax returns, a mortgage. We bought a house together, so we submitted that as well, joint bank statements, and we purchased a car together. So I also submitted that in pictures. So fast forward, my lawyer received in August 15 of 2023 the I-797 form that says that they were extending my green card for 48 months.
Sure.
And now we are here 2025 and I still haven't received anything like what's it called, an interview or anything. No
So
update yet.
how many months total since the 751 got receipted?
We received it August 15 of 2023.
So it's almost 2 years.
Yes. No.
And you have
Yeah.
not filed for citizenship?
No. So then, my ex-husband now, we got divorced May 21st of this year, 2025.
Okay. Okay.
And now I'm scared it might get denied. And then the other thing is I called my lawyer and I told him, hey, we got divorced. And he said, I did my research and I said, I think we have to, and from your videos, we have to update immigration that him and I are divorced now. And I have to petition on my own. And they told me I don't recommend you that you do that. In the past, they don't deny you for that because it's a truthful marriage. It always was. So I guess I want a second opinion. Should I still let my lawyer know, no, this is something that I want to do, like submit separate, um, or just wait for the interview? Because I don't know if I have a strong case or not.
Let's pretend that I'm calling you and I just asked you that question based on the many times you've watched this show. What is my answer going to be, Jasmine?
To update immigration.
Well, so here's the thing, sweetheart. You said that you're worried that it's going to get denied, right? I actually think, I mean, denial would be bad, but I actually think an approval for you right now would be equally as bad. And the reason I say that is because if they approve your case today and you've never notified them that you are divorced, that is fraud. I'm not saying you're doing anything wrong. I'm saying your attorney gave you really, really, really bad advice. So this whole, let's hold our breath and see if we still get the green card, even though we are legally divorced, that is as close to immigration fraud than of any immigration attorney giving advice I've ever heard, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the worst thing for you right now would be if they approved, I mean, the worst thing would be denied if you put you in removal. But if they approved it, you're never going to become a citizen because you did not disclose the fact that you got divorced, and that impacts the strength of the marriage, the believability of the marriage, and the approvability of the I-751.
Okay.
So let me ask you this question. When you tell me that you were talking to your lawyer, are you talking about the lawyer that originally filed the 751?
Yes.
So that dude has a total conflict, or lady, whoever they are. Don't say their name, but that lawyer has a total conflict. They represented you when you were married, and you are now divorced. As soon as they found out that you were divorced, they should have notified you and your ex-husband, I've got to get out of this case unless the ex-husband waives the conflict because you're now divorced, you have different interests, and therefore I have to either get out or you have to say it's okay for me to stay in, or I got to help you find a new attorney. So this lawyer is compromised, and to me, they're just trying to hold on to some money or run some scam. This is what makes my life hard, lawyers like this person. So it's not just a matter of a difference of opinion. I don't think this lawyer is following the rules.
Mm. So I need.
So in answer to your question, I would get a new lawyer. I would move as quickly as possible to file my own 751. Now, what marriage evidence did you submit in support of the case? And like, do you feel like you have a lot of good evidence? You must have had good evidence to get the parole in place and to get the green card originally. You must have had good stuff.
Well, so that's the other thing. Whenever they called us for an interview the first time for the military parole, I went by myself with the lawyer. My ex-husband didn't go because he was in Kuwait. He was deployed.
So to me, then that means that USCIS has never really, and I'll say this, the Trump people will say that old Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, and his lazy ass immigration service didn't do a good job, that here we have someone who'd been in the United States out of status, who didn't even have her own husband show up. I know why. And then filed for a 751 and never told us that she's divorced. I just think that they would hold your 751 to a higher standard because you were out of status at the time that you married your spouse. Then they figure out your spouse never came to the interview, and they think that Biden gave out way too many green cards. I think this case needs a lot of work, and it needs to be updated, and then you need to file a solo 751 as fast as you can.
Okay. Alrighty then. So I would have to get whenever someone gets divorced, I have to get a new lawyer because whenever they represented me, I was married.
Right. They had two clients, and now those clients' interests are diverse, are divergent, are different. So they have to at least get a waiver from the ex-spouse to say, go for it. So if you want our help, Jasmine, and I think you need it, send us an email and we'll follow up on Monday, okay?
Yes, I will do that. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Make sure that you say you were on the show at about the 40-minute mark, okay, so that we can find the recording.
Okay, I will.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you.
Yeah, for sure. Sleepy Joe was not a criminal, though. That's for sure. I agree. And I'm not complaining about how immigration was under Biden. That's not my point. My point is just that, and I need to do a video on this, they are viewing prior grants that occurred during the Biden administration as suspect, as something deserving of extra scrutiny, and that everybody lied, because that's what they think, right? Sponsor question. Hello.
Hey, Jim, how are you? Can you hear me?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, just have a question in regard to the employment sponsorship through like EB3. Right now, I'm pretty much discussing with an employer, a potential U.S. employer, about applying through the EB3 process. How long is that process taking right now, starting, let's say, from the step one,
3 or
from
4
the
years.
perm and all that?
3 or 4 years. Did you hear me? Bad audio there. Sorry about that. Let's go to Lando. Hello. Lando, are you there? Gotta be ready, people. You're not ready, you go. Missed it by a tick, then Zach, then Constantine. Missed it by a tick. Hello.
Hey, Jim. Hey, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes. So I'm going to go ahead and apply for the N400. So my question is, I currently have about 1,100 days. I guess the requirement was 918 days in order to file the N400.
Yeah.
So I meet that requirement. However, the last year or so, I was out of US about 200 days, but none of those trips were more than 30 days. So, and they're pretty frequent in and out because I have some family matter to take care of in my country.
Yeah.
Are they gonna look at that and say, how come the last year or so you're not in the States a long time? You're missing 200 days.
So let's be clear about a couple things. So in all the 5 years, no trips more than 6 months.
No, well, yes, no trip more than 6 months. The longest trip is 30 days.
Okay. And you have well over 50% of the days in the United States, 50% good days, right?
Yeah, 1,100.
And when was your last trip to the other country?
About 2 weeks ago.
And you're thinking about applying right now?
Yes.
The one thing I could see them trying to hang you up with is the 90-day rule that you have to be a resident of your city where you apply. Now, you haven't moved at all during the 5 years.
No, I've been in the same condo which I own for the last 12 years.
And this trip that you got back from 2 weeks ago, how long was that particular trip?
2 weeks.
Yeah, I think you're fine.
Okay, so even though they do ask, I do have a reason because
I would document that, not in the initial submission, but I would bring proof that I'm taking care of some sick family member back home, and that's why I keep leaving. And
okay, all right, well, thank you. That's it.
If you have bank accounts and house and all that stuff, it's not like you're working when you go over there. It's not like you've sold all your stuff.
No. Yeah, I have cars. I have a house here. I work for a U.S. company. Everything's here except for this one issue where I have to take care of some family matters.
Got it.
All right. Thanks, Jim.
Good luck to you and your family member. Thanks. All right, let's go to Zach. Hello.
Hello, Jim. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yeah, sorry, I kicked you out because I thought you were the same Zach, and sometimes people get in and are 3 different people just to get on the show. So sorry about that.
No problem. You got it. I just literally logged in at 10 o'clock the moment I get the text.
Yeah.
So yeah. I have a quick question. I'm going to apply for my N400 next month, and I have an issue. My wife, she had an SBA loan default, which was before we got married. So I don't know, is that going to affect me when I apply for my N400? That's the only question I had.
Taxes are all good?
Yeah.
For you?
Yeah, except Yeah, taxes all good except the defaultment on small business loan that she had
I'm not
before
worried.
our marriage.
I'm not worried about that for you. Nope.
Oh, okay, that's the only question I had. Well, thank you so much, Jim.
Good luck, Zach. Let us know how it goes, okay?
Absolutely, you
See
got
ya.
it.
All right, all right. Constantine, hello.
Hey Jim, good morning. Can you hear me?
I can.
Perfect. Thank you so much for everything you do. I have a quick question. I am doing EB2 perm. I filed everything in November last year. So I-485, I-485J. But I have never received I-797C, that notice of action. Does everybody receive it? Is
Usually,
that
yeah.
how it goes? Okay, now is that a problem, I guess? If I didn't receive it, should I reach out to them?
Well, do you have proof that they received it?
Yeah. So they already moved it to a non-local field office. They assigned an agent. I'm receiving notifications. They're working on the case.
But do you have proof? Do you have knowledge and confirmation that they received the 45J is my question.
Yeah, so recently they have created a separate case on my online portal.
Okay.
Only recently though, unfortunately, but I sent everything. I mean, but people say that it's kind of normal.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
Okay, but do you think I should reach out to them to ask for that 797C?
No.
Maybe you will be needed, for some kind of H-1B extension or something else.
You can ask them for it if you want. I don't think it matters either way.
How would I ask for it?
Just call the 1-800 number and ask them for it.
Cool, perfect. Another question. Am I understanding correctly that they will have to first approve 485J before actually approving 485, the green card application?
They do it all at once.
All at once, okay. And lastly, are you familiar with those API codes? I know some lawyers say that kind of it's useless. The public API
from USCIS.
Yeah, USCIS. Yes.
My understanding, we've played around with it a little bit. My understanding is that it's pretty hard to get meaningful information out of there just because it's sort of antiquated.
Gotcha. Okay, I just received a weird code. I was trying to find any kind of information on it. It just seems weird.
Thanks, bro.
But thank you so much. I appreciate it.
See ya. Yeah. User asked, Jim, can you speak to the naturalized citizen and if we need to fear denaturalization? I need to make a video on that, but basically, if you lied during your immigration process, they can denaturalize you. Otherwise, it's going to be very hard for them to do. So that's my short answer. I will make a longer video about that. I don't think that I have done one lately. Let's go to Olasamieka. Hello.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. So a little backstory. I'm from Nigeria. I came in as a minor, 15 years old. My mom filed an asylum case, but she passed away 4 years ago, unfortunately.
Sorry to hear that.
My case got dismissed last year. So I currently have no status, but I am married to a U.S. citizen right now. So I'm thinking, if I do file my paperwork, which I'm preparing to do right now, is that going to affect my I-130 and I-485?
The fact that you were on a derivative on an asylum case of someone who passed away, will that affect it?
Yeah, and the case being dismissed in the immigration court.
How do you know it's been dismissed?
Oh, I saw a judge and it got dismissed without prejudice.
Under Biden?
Yes.
Okay, so I would want to track down that file and make sure that the proceedings are terminated, but then it should affect things. No.
So I should be good to go to file the I-130 and I-485?
Well, I mean, would I do it without a lawyer? No, I wouldn't do it without a lawyer. They're suspicious of everybody from Nigeria. You were here out of status for a really long time. You were a derivative on an asylum case that the Trump people probably wish was never terminated. So I think it's a hard case, but it sounds approvable to me.
Yeah, it's been 7 months or 8 months since we've been married. So we have.
So what are you waiting for? What if you got pulled over? What if you got pulled over an hour from now and they put you in removal and deported you?
Well, I was waiting for my wife to go on active duty in the military. That would make the case stronger.
Is she a U.S. citizen?
Yes, sir.
So you could have filed 7 months ago and been done, and instead you're waiting because you think it's going to get stronger.
Okay. Thank you, though.
Good luck. All right. File that shit, people. File that shit, motherfuckers. All right. Monty says I shouldn't cuss so much, and I probably shouldn't. All right. Let's see. We got a couple more people added to the waiting room. Let's go to NJ. Hello.
Hi, James.
How are you?
I'm good. So I came to the US on a J1 visa. I'm from Nigeria.
Okay.
And within a very short time, my program got terminated. It ended, actually. I thought it would be extended, but it was not. So I submitted waiver for the J1 2-year rule. And at the same time, I submitted my I-485. So now I'm finding out, from people that those cases are pending, but I'm finding out from people that most J1 funded by the US government hardly get the waiver.
Right.
So I'm just trying to ask for an advice that, do you think I should transfer and do the NVC? And how do I go about that?
Well, so the 45 that you have on file, is that based on marriage?
No, employment based, EB1.
So, okay. When did you enter on your J1?
It was 2023, November.
And when did your J1 program end?
It ended May 30th, 31st.
Of what year?
This year.
2025?
Yes.
Okay. And you filed, what did you file and when did you file it?
So I filed 485 in May. I-485.
What did you file with the 485?
I filed 765 and I-485, then the medicals. And then I did submit that I had submitted a J1 waiver, but I have not received an outcome of that yet.
Did you file an I-140?
Yes, that has already been approved in December 2024.
So that was what I was getting at. Okay, so you filed an I-140.
Yes.
On your own.
Yes.
And that's been approved.
Correct.
And you filed for adjustment before your J1 program ended?
No, it was, yes, correct, in May. I filed in May before the end of my J1, which was at the end of May too.
Okay. And have you had help with this, or are you doing this all on your own?
Just on my own.
Why?
Well, I kind of, it was a sudden, everything happened so quickly. We realized there would be no extension of my J1, and my J1 waiver was still pending. So I didn't want to, be out of status. So I had to turn in all the applications that I had.
Or leave.
Or leave, yes. So that's what I couldn't I thought the J1 waiver I would get the outcome in a short time, but it appears like it's taking longer than I expected.
How much money did the US government fund towards your J1 program?
So it wasn't like a direct funding. The center that I work with had been funded already, but I got a stipend. Mm-hmm. I got salary, and that was about $100K.
Right. So this J1 waiver is not going to be granted.
Hmm.
So this plan really wasn't going to work without you doing your 2 years back in Nigeria.
Back home. Okay. So how do I go about the transfer?
Transfer. What do you want to transfer?
Is there a way to still do the NVC, transfer my 485 for consular processing?
Well, you can, but what are you going to do about your 2 years?
To return back to Nigeria.
Yeah, I think that's what you should have done originally. So there's a form you can file called an I-21 to let them know that you want to transfer it from adjustment of status to consular processing, and I would do that after you're back in Nigeria.
Okay.
and then go from there.
Okay. I what?
I-821.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much.
Bye, NJ. Good luck.
Bye. Thank you.
I don't know. Let's go to I-45. Hello.
Hello, Mr. Jim.
Hello,
How are you
hello.
doing, sir?
Yep.
Yeah, please, I have a question. My question is this. I came into the United States in 2017, but then I was out of status, so I used to drive a church bus. But unfortunately, on this Sunday, a lady drive and hit me from behind. So I used to drive with my international driver permit license that I got from Nigeria. But unfortunately, when the police, a couple of times, the police pulled me over. I presented that idea, their driver license to him, and he said it's okay. He let me go. But on this day, the police decided to, because of the incident that happened, because I wasn't at fault. The lady was behind me, hit me from behind, and the police said it's her fault. But because I presented my ID to her, the police said, okay, he's not going to accept this, so he arrested me. So I was detained. So my pastor came and I was detained for about a couple of hours, like 4 hours. So when I called my pastor, he came to the station and I was released on bond. But that happened in 2019. So COVID came in. So I couldn't go for my court. So I was given citation to appear in court. But when COVID started, I contacted my lawyer. So my lawyer kept extending the date because of COVID. And eventually, and I told my lawyer, how can we resolve this issue? Because I'm afraid to go to the court. So he said, I'm lucky since I wasn't reported to ICE. So he now said he will do something about it. So I think my pastor came and signed the bond because the bond was for me to appear at the court. But my pastor came and signed a document, so I didn't appear. So the case went down. Fast forward, so I met my spouse couple of years, about 2 years after. So we got married. So when we got married, I filed for my papers. So eventually, I got my papers. I first got my work permit in 2022. In 2023, my spouse passed away. So I was scheduled for an interview. That was in 2023 in June. But my spouse passed away early in January. So when I went for the interview, the officer asked me, where's my spouse? So my lawyer responded and said, she passed away. So I presented my death certificate. So the death certificate, because where she was working, I also worked there. So the HR assisted me because I said, I'm new to this. This is strange. So they helped me with the funeral, everything, because she had a life insurance. They have a policy for her and so on, so like that. So at the end of the day, the death certificate indicated my name, indicated our residence and everything. So what I'm asking is this. So when I did my interview, my I-130 was approved immediately because the officer said my case will be converted to I-1360.
Right.
Yeah. So immediately, it now delayed for some time. So while the delay was going on, I was worried. So I contacted my House of Rep. So they helped me to inquire. After that, my case changed. So they approved my travel permit, but my I-14485 has not been approved then. So fast forward again, I was worried. So I now contacted my senator in my state where I lived. So they helped me also to inquire from the USCIS. So eventually, my case got approved. So I got a 10 years permanent residence.
Great.
So what I'm asking is, my lawyer, when I wanted to apply for my papers, he didn't. When I filled the form, he said I shouldn't worry about the arrest because it's just a minor thing. That I shouldn't worry about it. But my worry, because I was fingerprint and I had a mugshot. But when I went for my papers, for my biometrics, I did all that. And a couple of times I've applied for some jobs. They've done background check on me. This record has not popped up. So I'm worried. Is it something I need to be worried about? Because I've traveled under Biden twice to my home country. But I'm afraid under Trump, I'm skeptical because I don't know if the record will pop up at the CPB at the point of entry. So that's my question.
Very good question. And thank you for saying it all out loud. And thank you for sharing that story with me. I'm sorry about your spouse passing away. I'm glad you got your green card.
Thank you.
So I think what you're telling me is that at the time of filing for your green card, your lawyer said you don't need to include the arrest that happened after that lady rear-ended you, right?
Exactly.
And now you're worried, should I travel or should I apply for citizenship given the fact that this was not disclosed, right?
Yes.
I would not travel and I would not apply for a green card until there's changes at USCIS.
Okay.
I think it's a small chance of something going wrong if you travel, but obviously if they put you in removal and try to take away your green card because they say you lied to them, and this is the kind of case that we're seeing in the news where they're sort of re-adjudicating old criminal stuff for people that got a green card. And your green card, I mean, I'm glad you have it, but I would say it was given on sort of shaky circumstances, which is the kind of thing that might trigger them playing games with you at CBP.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for the call, brother.
All right. You're welcome.
Hang in there. All right. That was a good call. All right. Let's go to BLG. Hello.
Hi, Jim. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and make it quick. Last year in July, I applied for TPS Haiti and also adjustment of status, and they were both pending. In February, they put out a registry notice saying that they were gonna change the TPS from 18 months to 12 months.
Mm-hmm.
But also in that notice, it said that we could write a request to withdraw and request a refund.
Uh-huh.
I didn't do that then, but I was waiting to see which one would, get approved first. My green card got approved. So the day that it got approved, I wrote the letter, withdrawing my TPS and requesting the refund. A couple weeks later, they wrote me and said they withdrew it, but they don't issue refunds. And I rewrote them, citing the Federal Registry notice and everything.
Yeah.
I haven't heard back yet, but I just wanted to see what you thought, if they would give me a refund or if you know anything about that.
I would say based on not on this particular question, but on all my years of people asking me about trying to get refunds for this or refunds for that, even though it's provided in the regulations, I think the chances of them actually refunding you the money are very low. It might happen, but it probably won't happen anytime soon. So I wouldn't spend too much energy that way.
Okay. If they still say no, would you pursue it, or is there any other avenues I could take, or just
How much money are you talking about?
Probably $1,000.
Yeah, I think you could. I would say go focus on a way to make $1,000 as opposed to spending your time trying to get that money back from them.
Okay. All right. Appreciate it.
Thanks, bud.
Nope.
All right, everybody. That'll do it for today's show. I'm out of here. I hope you guys all have a great rest of your weekend. We'll be back with a show on Monday, probably late Monday afternoon. I hope you guys have a nice rest of your Saturday. We're going to see the Savannah Bananas tonight, play some funny baseball, and then we're off for more softball. Hope you guys have a great night. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Big ups to all the Yardies, especially Lady Donna. Glad to see all the OGs. Thanks, everybody on Twitter. Thank you, everybody on TikTok, and YouTube. We'll see you guys next time. I'm great about that, other than trying to help people who are in a state of disease.